Hi everyone, this is for our Unit 4 lab modeling a watershed, and it's for those of you who either don't have the materials or were absent on the day that we did this, or simply for whatever reason don't have time to complete the actual fun part of the lab. So I'm going to model this for you. So I have all of my materials here. I have a piece of white paper, I have a tray, I have 2 pieces of fabric that I've already cut. I've got some washable markers, some water-soluble markers, and a glue stick. I have a permanent black marker, and I have a spray bottle with water in it. I just used a Windex bottle that I already had, and it wasn't empty, so I'm gonna fill it back up again, but I'm using it for right now. So that might be something that you can use to get a spray bottle. Plus I have a little bit of tape, because I'm gonna tape to the tray. So I'm going to create my, my relief map. I'm going to crumple up the paper, and then I'm going to spread it back out again. And it's got all kinds of bumps and grooves in it, and that's exactly what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this down on my tray so that I'm not flattening it out completely, but I'm kind of trapping all of these little bumps and grooves. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my blue marker, and I am going to run my blue marker along all of the ridge points on the paper. So any place where I see a high point, which would be considered some sort of ridge. So the result looks a bit like a relief map. So if you think about what a map looks like when altitude is actually shown appropriately, you can see the places where there are peaks and valleys. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the red marker and we're going to mark any place where we think pesticides might be used. And I'm going to say that this any place where there's kind of a valley or a flat area of land is someplace that a farm might be found. So I'm going to put some farms in some places. And I'm just going to pick a couple of areas. I'm not going to overload it because I really just need to see what's going to happen. All right, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the orange marker to indicate some places where there might be toxic waste sites. Now, I am only going to do this in a couple of spots, again, because I just want to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to pick a side of the mountain, and I'm also going to imagine that toxic waste might be buried in some areas, maybe areas that people don't think are quite so usable. So I'm just going to pick a couple of those areas, and actually I'm noticing that the red and the orange is kind of close, but they're both kind of toxic. All right, last thing that we need to do is we need to outline all of the areas that we think will be streams and tributaries. So we're going to do this with a permanent marker because we don't want to lose these. So I can see, like right here, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be some sort of mountain stream, and I can see it going over here. I'm going to have them here, and really I'm just guessing. So these are hypotheses that I'm making based on what I know about how water moves and so forth. So I'm just trying to pick areas that I think might become streams. We're going to see if I'm correct. So we have my hypothesis here. This is where I think the water is going to run, and because I've colored all of the high points in blue, I'm going to see where that water runs. I also have some pollutants in place so that I can see where pollutants might go as well. So I'm looking for where my watersheds are, and my watersheds are any place that's going to lead to a gathering spot where water is going to kind of collect. So we're going to test it out now, and I'm going to use my water bottle to do this, and I'm going to watch and see where the water is going to pool. Right, so precipitation happening now. Okay, now the blue areas that I see here are really the spots that are telling me where my water has actually moved versus where I thought it would move. So if I drew black lines there and I see that there's nothing there, it means that really that area wasn't a tributary like I thought it was going to be. So what I'm going to do is take a picture of this. This picture will be on the website, and you will be able to use it to answer your questions.